to another episode of Desire to Inspire, yo mama's favorite podcast. Dylan, I don't know what's fucking worse, my fantasy team or the Cleveland fucking Browns.
Your fantasy team's that bad?
Ass, bro.
What is punishment for the loser this year?
So we're going to Austin, Texas.
Okay. That's where your next draft is going to be?
Yeah.
Who did someone end up singing in a dress this year?
Yeah, dude, he fucking killed it.
Damn.
I'll send you the video so you can put this in there. He won't mind. I won't.
Yeah, right.
Just take a snippet of it and put it in. He won't. He killed it. Owned it, killed it.
Nice.
Dude, he fucking murdered it.
That's cool.
It was so funny.
I can't believe I forgot to ask you when we had a whole fantasy talk at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. We had everybody there, and we went to, it was the perfect fucking bar to do this at. We went right off Broadway.
Was it the same place that we did karaoke at? I don't know if you were there, but Brian did karaoke while we were there for New Year's that one year.
I don't know. I was there, but I don't know if I remember that.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So we were right off of Broadway. I'm envisioning us in that corner bar. We were like levels up all on a patio. You literally go down that road, whatever that is. And we found this like hole in the wall bar. And there was a perfect amount of people. It was like 40 people or something like that. And it was a bigger bar. So it was like space to move and everything. And there's this guy up there, the DJ. He's the one singing. Then this girl goes up. She fucking kills it. And then Tyler is like the next one or the one after that. And so he goes to the bathroom to put the dress on. He's got this black leather dress that we all pitched in for and paid.
Thank God he just took it with him and he didn't wear it out all night.
Yeah. Some people were like, make him wear it all night. And it was like,
you all pitched in to buy him a dress?
Yeah. So they all went, since they live in Georgia, they went dress shopping.
That's hilarious.
Then we all like chipped in so that way he didn't have to pay for it.
How much was this dress?
I think it was like $75. And so
I would have been going to Goodwill and just find a bullshit ass dress. That's hilarious.
So we get there and he goes to the bathroom to change. And I go to the DJ and I was like, hey, man, I want to give you a heads up. He's like, what's up? I was like, so our buddy's going to come up here. And he's like, all right. I was like, he's going to be in a dress. And he's like, I was like, he lost a fantasy league last year, so he's paying his debt. And he goes, oh, and he grabs the mic. He goes, y'all are going to fucking love this. And so I go back to like see where Tyler is. And he's like, all right, let's go. And he's got this dress on, carrying his clothes, going through the bar. Everyone's looking at him. And then the DJ says something. It's like, we got Tyler up next, ladies and gentlemen. He lost his fantasy draft, and he's got to wear a fucking dress. And so Tyler gets up there.
It makes it better, though, that everyone knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like, because now everybody's, like, bought in. They're like, all right, I'm going to root for this guy.
And so Shania Twain, man, I Feel Like a Woman comes on. And the bar just erupts. Everybody's got their cameras out. People are singing along with him. There was one point the DJ was behind him, and he's like, this behind him, like pretending he's smacking his ass. And yeah, it just like couldn't win more perfect. So as we're talking about this, just have the video like silent up there and showing it. It's fucking great.
All right, so you're going to Austin next year.
Going to Austin. Kill Tony?
Yeah.
So the loser
no fucking
has to
way.
put their name in the bucket. And if they get picked, they have to go and do the minute of stand-up on Kill Tony.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are going?
Yep.
That's sick.
If they don't get picked, then we have to find a comedy club in Austin that they can go and do a 3-minute set on.
The 3-minute set would be worse than Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Like, Kill Tony, like, you're there for a reason.
Yeah.
So, how close are you to being last place right now?
It is the exact same as last season. I'm in dead last. I've got one victory. No. I'm the one in last place. And then there's a couple of people that aren't far behind me. It's almost like identical. Like,
are you working on a set just in case?
I haven't even thought of it because I'm not going to lose. Okay. I'm not going to come in last place.
I think I might throw it just to try to get on Kill Tony.
Some people are like, that's not a good bet or that's not a good thing.
Oh,
like,
that's good. They're going to roast you.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like other people were like, let's do the dress again. And it's like, no, the dress is dead. Like, it's a one-time thing. They were like, we should have kept the dress and just passed it along. Like, right after Tyler finished, he changed.
I've seen a really good one.
And we threw it away.
This one's really bad. I don't know if I've ever told you about this one before, but the loser of the league has to let the winner impregnate their girl. And then this one's like a carry-on bet. At least you have like the same league every year. And then the loser every year after that has to raise that kid every year. Like if you lose next year, you have to raise the kid for the year. And you guys just pass the kid around the league.
Does
That's
the girl
good,
get
dude.
passed along with the kid?
No. I mean, I guess it's the mom, so like you got to co-parent. But you don't have to live with her or anything. You don't have to live with the kid either. You just have to be its dad for the year.
Guys, DTI only has one host now. That is outlandish.
I saw that on like probably a TikTok or something, honestly, and I sent it to our old league. I was like, you guys in?
The fact or the crazy thing is the people in that league probably would have been like, yeah, let's do it. That is insane.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, we still got the good league going on. I mean, the camaraderie in it is great. I'm forcing myself because you know how we do those chugs every week, like lowest points or no points, like different things. So my thing that I'm going to surprise the group with is that I'm going to do one every week until I win again. And so hopefully that won't be too long.
You're just going to chug every week.
Yeah. So hopefully that won't be too long, but starting out exactly the fucking same.
Well, at least you know you didn't lose last year, so there's hope for you.
Yeah. Oh, there's hope. I'm not losing. This video is going to age really well, and I don't care if I come in 7th place. I'm not coming in 8th. It's what it is.
What if two people tie for I guess they go by points?
Yeah, it goes by points. Which your boy's lucky to break over 100. So we're doing real good.
You're not PPR, I'm assuming?
We are. Yeah.
And you can't break 100?
No. I thought I was going to be the lowest last week with like 87 points. I think Tyler, who wore the dress, had like 60. So we are literally doing the exact same thing we did last year. Yep. So that is fantasy. That is fantasy.
It's weird not having fantasy this year.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, though.
Do you?
I am not paying attention to football at all unless I'm watching the game. Like, unless I'm there watching.
Yeah.
Might go to Panthers game Sunday. Have no idea what's going on.
I haven't watched really any football, even the Browns, because they're just so pathetic that I'm like, I could spend my time better elsewhere.
Bengals aren't any better, so.
No, they're not.
And the sad part is, like, it's basically a Super Bowl team who is looking like trash right now. It's not like they've changed that much over the last couple of years.
It's the blonde hair.
I hope not, because Phil's hair is blonde and he's running Chicago this weekend.
Oh, God. The guy that's doing our hats is doing Chicago this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep. Cool dude. You guys will see. We'll probably have him on the next episode that we do, maybe one after that. But we got some hats for Dylan and I, and then there'll be a select few others that are going to get blessed with a hat.
Blessed.
But I'm excited to see what this...
You got both kinds?
Yeah.
I thought I saw that.
Yep. Got both. So we got actually this kind of style, and then...
Not this one.
Not that one, no, but the Nike hats that we always wear. So I was just like, dude, I'm fucking making all these videos and shit. Like, I'm always wearing a hat.
Oh, yeah. If
like,
they fit good,
workouts.
that'll be solid because I'll wear it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't wear a lot of hats, and this is my favorite one. I thought I lost it the other day. I was about to cry.
I'd be sad. I've
been losing a lot of my shit. Like, since the move.
Get it together.
I just can't find it anymore. I'm like, where would I have packed this?
You're bouncing around from too many places. Your house, Mandy's, yours, Mandy's. Lose it in transition.
No, I lost it in the move.
Oh.
I haven't been able to find shit since. And then I thought it was my head. I'm like, where could this have gone? And I tore my place apart and I found it.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
just found a Nike hat that I lost like 4 months ago, so that's positive. And it was in that cabinet right there.
Dude, I thought we've been going for a long time on this one. It's only 8 minutes.
Yeah. No,
I
we just
thought,
started,
like-
baby.
Oh, I thought like we were in this thing.
Mm-mm.
So we're talking about hats.
Yep.
You told me that you got these hats from the same guy who does Ryan's hats.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to talk about Ryan today a little bit.
Let's talk about him.
My
fucking guy.
Did you listen to his podcast breaking down his last Ironman?
I have not listened to it, but I know the concept and theme around
It's like
it.
2.5 hours, bro.
Damn.
And I listened to this whole thing.
Let's go.
And I was fired up, man. It's just a solo episode, just him talking about like the travel there, the mindset he had like going into it, actually doing it. And spoiler alert for everyone else who doesn't know, but he qualified for Worlds
That's my coach, baby.
in France, which is fucking dope.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that they were rotating between France and Hawaii. He said it's like a relatively new thing, so that's dope. But yeah, man, and like so that like really had me fired up in general. But we've been talking a lot about content lately and just creating content. And I started to think, and I'm like, this dude is now a world-class Ironman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without, like, a doubt. Like, there's no questioning it. Like, you're qualified for Worlds. You're a world-class Ironman at this point. His content doesn't revolve around any of his training, really.
Mm-mm.
Any of him doing Ironman stuff. Nothing about bike, swim, run. It's all business and mindset. And so we've been having like these conversations about like the type of content like we want to make. And I kind of made the argument a couple weeks ago that like maybe that's just not what I want to do. Like if I can't find the time and I can't prioritize it, maybe that's not like where my passion lies.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that can be switched and just finding like a different approach to it. I don't want to, like, I run all the time. I said this too, like I don't want to just make strictly running content though. And another guy who I ironically found through Ryan, he was at a hike that we did, like a men's hike when I lived in Colorado. This guy is big on like marketing and in particular like content creation and storytelling. And he had a post up yesterday that was all about people are afraid to niche down, but it's the way they go about the niche. So he's like, you need to find like your multiple identities. It's like runner, writer, content creator, whatever these are. But then find like, what's my money making identity? And for him, it's like how to like create content and tell a story around it. And he's like, so while like I may love tennis, I don't create content just about tennis. I create content about marketing and storytelling that relates to tennis. I talk about how like this thing over here is in my head and I can't do a perfect swing, but I tell a story about it that pulls it back to my money-making identity, which is the content creation and the marketing of yourself and stuff like that. So like he was tying all of these things that he loves to do and who make him him, because he's like, ultimately like you're still selling yourself. Like you are like the connector of things, and like you need to talk about things that you love so that you can create an audience who loves those things as well. But if you do it in the way that is your money-making identity, then it'll be a lot easier to create content. And you won't have this like pull where it's, do I really want to do this?
Dude, so I'm really glad that you brought this up, because obviously with me creating stuff recently, I'm trying to figure that out along the way.
Yeah.
So like a lot of what I want to show and what I want to demonstrate is these habits I have in place. So from my workouts to this lifestyle to just like what we encompass. But there's two paths that I kind of want to take this. So one of them is, as I'm creating this stuff, you know, you can look on social media and you can see a ton of fucking runners, like mile 1 this, mile 2 this. You can see a bunch of things where like it's like fit check and they hold up their shoes and then they talk about their socks and their shorts and their this and their hat and their watch. There's other ones where it's just like
everything I eat in a day.
Yeah, a day. I literally was just going to say that, a day in the life and all these different things. And the other day I just got like this like wave of fucking passion and like charisma of like, this is fucking it. And I can't fully dive into it because I haven't had a conversation with you on the backside of it. But what I'm getting at is, you know me, like I feel like when most people meet and know me, they know like Fred is positive, he's passionate, he's charismatic about the things that he loves. And I want to be motivational, I want to inspire others. And like through that, I feel like is my words, like what I post on like Facebook statuses, what I write newsletters about, like reaching out to friends randomly and saying all this stuff. And so as I'm making these videos and as I continue to, I'm like, I just got to hone into this side of me. Like that's who I am. I don't care if it's not one of those things that gets millions of plays or views, but like there's some people on social media that I follow now that like will literally just say quotes into their camera and then elaborate on why that quote meant something to them while they're running or whatever. And it's like, dude, I fucking love that. And that consistency, they're just doing it. Now they're building a following, a community, like something around them. And so where this lane 2 comes in is that I've had conversations with people and it's like, why are you posting on your personal page and why aren't you posting on DTIs? And so I haven't found a way to like articulate or say it great, but you're going to understand, especially with this conversation, where my mindset is that when you hear of BPN, you think of BPN and then there's Nick Bear. But like you follow Nick Bear to get certain things and then BPN's kind of like the byproduct of it. I look at Ryan the same exact way where like Ryan is separate from Tribal, but in all they pair each other like well. So
and we talked about that too.
Yeah.
Like we want to be recognizable and synonymous with it, but we don't want DTI to just be us.
Yep. And so then I'm thinking of like, okay, there's DTI and there's Dylan and Fred. We are vastly different, but align on the same things in our own ways. So how can we demonstrate that and then have a DTI page like Orion's where like you go to it and it's like his community, it's his passions, his drives, it's what he's building towards. It's like you see it and you're like, that's Tribal. Like that's what I want to get to with the DTI page. But excuse me, again, it's getting that content or filtering certain things to be able to be like, this is this lane, this is this one, and it's building this overall thing, this house that we're creating, this community, whatever it is. And so it's been a challenge because it's hard on positions or roads to take. So like you said, like I don't like filming just running content. Like I haven't stuck with it. Why haven't I? Maybe I shouldn't like do it. Maybe it's something else. So what you're aligning and saying has been something that I've been thinking about lately a lot. And I've just been using Ryan as this like force because like you got to hear his podcast. I get to go a step deeper and I get to join the community calls and I get to be a part of those to hear this on now 7 other layers of the guys' thoughts and what they're talking about. And so then it's like, oh shit. And for those of you that don't know, like Ryan, I think labeled this podcast or called it like the race that tried to break me or something like that. Like that was the theme of it because there was a lot of things that went wrong in this Ironman. And then he persevered through all of that, qualified for Worlds. And it was all his attitude and mindset that's just like, whoa. And it's like, if you can really start honing in on those things and then put that like vision to it or that depiction to it, whatever it is, just like, that's when you get people that are like, oh, you got me. I'm in now. Follow. Oh, you got me. Like, comment, whatever it is. And now they're a part of it. So I don't know. It's just, again, with posting more, I'm thinking of those 2 avenues of like how DTI's lane and then my lane. So that way it pairs.
Yeah. I mean, we'll definitely have to have more conversations about it. But it's just like hard to, I don't know, I struggle like articulating that type of shit through video. Like I have a hard time like capturing what I want to through video. It's not even that I don't like running content because I do like creating running content, but it's different. But I don't like to just, like there's only so much I can do with just me filming it. When we filmed for the fucking 12 hour, there was so much cool shit to pull and like make dope content. I'm like, I was into the content like right after that. Like, all right, let's throw out like little videos here and there. I just need to like get back to that type of shit because there is stuff that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
It's just like honestly prioritizing and like making the time for it.
And too, like it's very easy to like be like, oh, I've done this before. I'm not going to fucking do it again. But again, like, okay, you've done it before, but if you're trying to build this, identity and brand around you, like, guess what? You're going to have to do that again and again and again. I post
my fucking watch every day.
And again and again and again. And so, yeah, like the watch things, I mean, you hear like Nick Bear, like he talks about the same stuff all the time. But guess what? It's positioned a little different or it looks a little different.
And then you say it so much that now those quotes are ingrained in his brand. Merch can be made around the same quotes, the same theme, the same concept. Because, I mean, every race is an opportunity and it's like a challenge. And it's like we actually talk about doing like campaigns around all types of shit. Another thing we talk about we never do. Like we're like, we'll be in it. Like we're like, dude, like this is like the lane that we're in right now. Like this is the arc. But like this is the mode that we're in right now. And like this is consuming our lives. And we never say anything about it. Like imagine if we just took like whatever the through line of what we're doing is. And we just doubled down on it and everything was tied to it. There's so many different things you can create, but it all ties back to the same theme.
Yeah. And that's like what pisses me off because, okay, the 12-hour race was cool. But you know how much more we could have done before that? And then guess what? You went directly into a marathon prep. Then that's, all right, that's our next thing. Now I'm training for an Ironman. That's our next thing. Now you're still finishing this year off running a mile a day. That's a thing. But again,
you know how
like
many people probably don't even know I'm running a mile a day?
probably 99% of people.
Yeah.
To be completely honest. Yeah. I saw somebody that
I haven't missed a single day.
I saw somebody make a TikTok and it was like running 34 minutes a day until the end of the year. And it was like day 264 out of 365, whatever. And I was like, fucking Dylan. Literally.
I never intended to make a piece of content a day that said day whatever out of whatever, but it was an easy thing to do.
And like these people that do get readies with me,
That's one.
You know how many get readies they do?
That's one TikTok a day.
Yes. Alex Earl literally talks like, people are like, how do you have enough content to this? How do you have enough content? She's like, I get dressed and ready every single day. That's a piece of content. I do this every single day. That's another piece of content. So that's the mindset that I'm having with this is like, I'm doing this already today. That's content.
It's easy to be like, quite literally, I do the same thing 85 to 90% of the time. So it's like the same. I feel like it's just mundane. Like it's just fucking routine. Like it's like I get up, I run, I go to work, I eat the same lunch every day. I come home, I do what like I do the same shit. But like having that regimented routine is also something that people can draw inspiration from.
Yeah.
It's just like it's such a thing that's instilled in me. I don't think about it.
Mm-hmm. But literally since I started posting on my Instagram story more as well of just like things that I'm doing, I've had 5, and it hasn't even been that long, people either tell me thank you because now I'm doing something, or they post on their story like at right now inspired me, or somebody's reaching out like, how do you do this? Like, how do you get up that early? Then that gives me an avenue to be like, my bedtime is consistent. I am fucking routine with this. And then I go to bed and I wake up and I'm routine. Like, so to some people it's the middle of the night, but to me it's like, no, like I know what works for me. I'm not going to work out in the evenings. And so it can seem repetitive and stuff, but it's got to. If you want to build this image and this brand and this thing about yourself, people got to know. And the only way they're going to know is if you put it out there. And so that's one thing that I keep reminding myself, like, I don't fucking care. I'll show you the same goddamn fucking dumbbells 90 days in a row. It's just like mirror pictures and stuff. You put that in there, it motivates people. Your watch, it motivates people. And to some people, it's fun. Who cares? One day, they're going to be like, fuck, I should have listened sooner. Shouldn't have skipped that story as much as I did. Because they're going to get to a place in their life where they're like, oh, fuck, I'm eating out all the time. I feel fat. I gain weight. My mental is not great. I'm unhappy at work. And then maybe one day they click on that story and they're like, I'm going to go to the gym today. And that's what it's fucking about. It doesn't, everything else is a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
People's emotions, people's feelings, it doesn't fucking matter. Because it's what you want. It's what you want to do. It's what you want to achieve. It's what you want to push out in this world. It's not about, is so-and-so going to get annoyed? Is it? And we've talked about that a lot too. And so again, like, it may seem repetitive, but it needs to. Because you're trying to get fucking shit to stick on something. And again, that picture, that post, that video is going to reach one more person that it didn't reach the day before. Every single one of my videos, besides like the people I'm close to, there's new likes every single day. Whether there's 12 likes on it or 120 likes on it, there's new likes from new people, which means now I'm getting into their algorithm. And guess what that's going to do over the next months, the next year? That's just going to compound and naturally, organically.
I wonder what the crossover is from your page to the DTI page. Like if they get fed both now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
That would be.
It's hard to keep up with all the likes on the DTI page because there's so much shit going up a day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something I'm curious about now.
Yeah. And so, like, to me, it's, we got this going for season 1. Those clips are going up. Haven't missed a fucking day a week yet. So now it's like, all right, so season 2, how can we improve this? What can we do differently? Can we input graphics? Can we this? Can we that? And so that's just thoughts thinking right now, because season 1 is going to be coming to an end in a month or 2. And then we're going to take that break and the new year's going to come and we're going to start rolling again. But how can we make that, like, how can people know, like, oh shit, season 2 is here. They're doing this different. The setting looks like whatever it is. But again, those clips to some people seem repetitive and like, but then there's also those clips that are getting to people's pages and they're like, wow, that really resonated with me. I think I'm going to go and do this. And that's what it's fucking about. And now because they liked it, it's going on their page more. They're liking it. They're saving it. They're favoring it. They're sharing it. But not only that, it's allowing it to get to that next person and that next person. And so literally, bro, my mindset is just like fucking day in and day out. Just do it. You're doing all this stuff. Just do it. It's easy. And guess what? If you have a day where you can't do it, now you have a backlog of stuff. Go and pull from that and make a video out of it. And so it's just like, again, what's important to the thing that person's trying to build, and it's going to get fucking traction. And the reason it doesn't is because people stop, because they get in their head and they think this and they think that and blah, blah, blah. And I've been one of those people.
So I don't know where this just popped in my head from, but so I've actually been getting more traction around like just random new runners that I didn't know, but I've actually been more consistent. That's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably posted more in the last 2 weeks than I did the whole last month.
Mm-hmm.
But someone commented on a TikTok. They started a run club in the rain.
Let's go.
And they said it's pretty small right now. We have like 10 people. But so I commented back from my own page, like, I'll have to come when I'm in town.
Dude,
forgetting I was going to be in town next week. But I was like, okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to at least show up and check it out. I have 22 miles. I can go run a couple with you guys.
Yep. Dude, see, and like, who knows where they got that inspiration from. But again, now we just connected worlds.
Yeah.
And so how can we elevate? And again, you go and what happens if they come to North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Then they come, now they're exposed to these big running groups that you're a part of and stuff. And it motivates them to go and make
my
that
mom's
one
coming
bigger.
to Thanksgiving. She's coming to one with me.
Let's go. I fucking love that. But yeah, because like, I mean, you even think about it as well. Like, this shit is like, everything stems to something in the social realm. And so again, the reason why traction doesn't start, the reason why things don't elevate, progress, get bigger is because like, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get in your head. It's easy to all these things. But at the end of the day, like, if you're doing what you love, if you're waking up every single fucking day being like, I love this life that I live. I love this stuff that I'm doing. I love this message that I'm putting out. It's going to resonate. There are fucking billions of people on this earth.
And I've been feeling real good lately. In like everything, I'm like, you need to translate this somehow.
Yep. Like, you know how many people are on this earth? And you're telling me that we can't get a group of X people to just live this DTI lifestyle? No, I know we can. We talked about every person resonates with it. But the only thing that's stopping it is us not putting stuff out there about it. And so it's just cool to like see different perspectives. It also is cool to see like other people growing and achieving those things, whether it's in this like fitness space or not. But dude, I comment on people's stuff all the time now. They comment back. They're humans. They like to see that. Yeah. So I'm like, if I'm giving that love and it's genuine love, I'm not like, oh, I got to fucking do this. If I'm giving that love, it's going to start coming back. It's going to get reciprocated. And again, it's just building that fucking network. But it takes time to build it. And that building process is hard. But that's why most people don't do it. I don't want the easy handout. I don't want the easy road. I'm getting the road that I deserve right now because of the actions and the things that I'm putting in place. And so how can I create this XYZ next steps? Keep going, keep doing, keep putting out. One thing's going to lead to another. And next thing you know, looking back like, I used to be down there. It's nice to be up. It's nice to be up here now.
Used to be down there.
And just keep on keeping on.
We got 4 Christmas trees now. What's up?
We won't have any Christmas episodes, I don't think, which will be sad. We should have decorated the pod studio.
No.
Any other thoughts on that, man?
Nah, dude.
It's cool.
Just want to talk about Ryan a little bit.
Yeah.
Shout out
to Ryan, man. Shout out to Tribal. You guys are fucking awesome. They're building an at-home sauna right now, a DIY one, so I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Ryan and Chelsea?
Yeah. But one of my Instagram questions, somebody said, talk about how Decky is the best boy.
I wonder who that was.
Just got to bring that up and say how Decky is the man, and I love him. But another thing I saw was Ryan Fisch, Fisch, on Instagram, had a post, and I was like, you know, Ryan, this is interesting. Then it got me thinking.
A lot of Ryans this episode.
Yeah. How ironic. Jesus. Got me thinking that, you know, we talk to a lot of people, we see a lot of people, and we always preach this like active lifestyle. And most people don't go and act on that. And it doesn't make any sense to me. And so I start thinking about it more and then seeing posts like this. And I'm like, maybe there should be like a minimum threshold where if you can't complete X, Y, and Z, then you need to hire a coach.
Oh.
No, you're going to die if you don't.
I thought we were just gonna like start wiping people out.
No. You
Survival
need to
of the
take
fittest, literally.
Yeah. You need to take action and steps to be able to do these things, and that would deem that you're healthy. What those look like, we won't get into that. We'll get into Ryan's post. But he said the average adult gains 10 to 15 pounds every 5 years. I think it's more than that, but okay. Can't do a single pull-up. Completely believe that one. Stares at screens for 5+ hours a day. Eats more sugar than protein. Tosses and turns all night. Can't squat their own body weight. Can't deadlift their own body weight. Walks less than 5,000 steps per day. Hits snooze 3 times before getting up. Piles on meds for lifestyle diseases. Gets winded walking upstairs. Watches their body decay year after year. This isn't getting old. This is neglect. And those last 2 lines, this isn't getting old. This is neglect, encompasses what we've been talking about a lot lately, which is getting older and being active.
And people will fight back on this and say, oh, talk to me when you're my age, da-da-da. I want you to know, guys, if you're triggered, you're neglecting. That's literally what it comes down to.
Yeah.
If you were triggered, it's because you feel some type of way about it, and there's truth to it. You wouldn't be upset about it and try to fucking throw it on other people, wait till you're my age, if you didn't feel a little bit of truth in there.
I like that. And I didn't make comments during that because I'm going to clip that and post that on our TikTok when this episode drops. But yeah, so then like seeing that and like this mindset that I said that I've been having lately around just like, what is the minimum threshold of activity? But like, I would agree. Like, I don't think most people can do 10 push-ups in a row, like correct, good push-ups. I don't think what Ryan said that most people can do a pull-up. I don't think most people can run a mile in under 10 minutes. I don't think that most people can squat their body weight. I don't think that most people can even bench like 135 pounds. Like there's these things. And again, whether it's male or female, those would vary like
Right.
weight. Even Mind Pump was talking about this recently of like what level like health are you in or something like that. And there was like average something athlete advanced. And it was like, if you can squat this
Advanced
much,
is over athlete?
I think maybe it's advanced and then athlete.
Okay.
But it's like, if you can squat this much, then you're in this range. If you can squat this much, then you're in this range. If you can deadlift, if you can bench, and it like put you in these calibers to see like where you were like health wise, fitness wise. And again, these themes just keep popping up in different areas. And so tying those 3 dots, I was like, wonder what I think the like threshold should be. And I think those 5 things that I just brought up, like most people would not be able to achieve those.
Most people probably can't do like 5 to 10 push-ups.
Yeah.
If they could do 1. I know a lot of people probably couldn't do 1.
Yeah. It's really interesting to think about. And it kind of like, yeah, I mean, it ties back to everything that we've been talking about recently on this podcast is like, we need to do this for the world. Like we need to keep doing what we're doing for the world. Because again, we're not trying to get people to compete on a stage, to go run a marathon. Like if you get to that stage, cool. But like, just go out there and fucking move. Go out there and be active. Like stop sitting on the couch so goddamn much. Stop eating the fucking processed foods. What's his name? What the fuck? I am not making this up. Another Ryan. So, speaking of processed foods, there was this guy and he was like, watch me lose 150 pounds or whatever.
Watch me eat 20 pounds of mashed potatoes. I know what your algorithm is, dude.
And somebody commented was on it, come live with me. How did you do this?
Come live with me.
And he showed like a grocery cart of just like whole natural foods, fruits and veggies, meats. And then he was like, but most Americans, and he starts pushing it. And it's got fucking Twinkies and it's got like chicken nuggets in it. He was like, this is what I used to get from the grocery store. This is, and he was going on the rant. They put this in it. It's made in a lab, all this stuff. He was like, it's not that hard. And his one comment, because the person was like, how the fuck, come live with me? How? And he was like, it's not this hard. And he said, I didn't save it. Damn it. Oh yeah. He said, I'm creating a life No, that was Dana White. That's what that I was going to say. Oh, that's going to make me sad. But it was something along the lines of like it gets beyond like wanting to live a certain way when you need to live a certain way or something along those lines where it's like you have to just make the change and the change isn't that hard. You just got to stick to it. He was like, but coming off of those things and not eating the Twinkies, the Oreos and stuff like that, he was like, it was like a drug.
Yeah.
He was like, it was so hard to come off
Sugar's
of those
probably
things.
worse than some drugs.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say about it, and this is something that I've been like, this has been a real big theme like that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and kind of where I want to start creating content around actually, is that these things are super important, and it's important to set that standard, but it's not okay to just occasionally hit the standard. Once you set it, that's just what it is. That's baseline. It's how do you hold the standard consistently? And so like the theme that I've been going with is like setting the standard is cool, but like holding the standard is what you should be worried about. Because anybody can get there every once in a while.
Yep.
That's not impressive. What's impressive is the consistency, is the discipline to do it every single fucking day. People don't want to do it.
Consistently good or occasionally great.
Nick Bear quote.
Nick Bear. Every time I say it, I
Technically,
think of him.
It's his running coach's quote.
Yeah.
He just has ran with it.
Yep. And it's fucking powerful, dude. Powerful. Consistency is everything. It establishes where you are and how you are in life right now. It's really not that hard, man. We really do just overcomplicate everything.
Everything. And not even just this type of shit that we're saying everyone needs to do on a consistent basis. It's the same shit that we're talking about in the way that we overcomplicate what we want to do and how we want to present it and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do doesn't need to be fucking dissected and overanalyzed. Just do it. Just fucking do it.
We're going to leave it out there, folks. Just fucking do it. Live your life. Form those habits. And establish a boundary, a metric that you will not veer away from. Set it for yourself.
Hold it.
And hold it. You don't need to do it for nobody else. You don't got to publicize it. But if you're setting boundaries, if you're setting expectations for yourself, saying you're going to do something, stick to it, and don't just stick to it for a fucking week. Hold the consistency. Keep going through the motions, and the traction will continue to build, which will just drive and fuel that passion and drive that you have. Kiss your mama. That's all we got. It's on.
Peace.